Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to episode 10 of the AC Milan Football Manager 2021 series here on YouTube. And it is a momentous occasion. We have finished season 1 of AC Milan. Obviously, the first of many seasons, fingers crossed, we don't get sacked. So, yeah, it's the end of our first season. In this episode, we're not going to have any matches. We're not going to do anything major. We're going to be looking through a save so far. So we'll have a look through the squad. I'll sort of tell you my plans for the squad. We'll go through the end of season review. And we'll go through other leagues as well so that we can sort of see what's been going on in other countries. So yeah, there's not going to be anything major in this episode, so I do apologise if you were wanting to maybe watch a match or something like that. We will be back to that in the next episode, of which obviously I do apologise for a random cut there. For some reason a spider just decided to climb up my walls, so I couldn't take my eyes off it. No, but obviously in the next episode will be the new season, and then we will go through all the transfers and stuff. So yeah, I do apologise if this episode is a little bit different to what you're expecting, but hopefully you can stick with me and we can sort of see what's been going on. So I think the main area to focus on really will obviously be the squad and how I think the squad's performed as a whole. Players that I'm thinking to leave, I'm thinking of getting rid of. Players I want to bring in, or positions, because I haven't scouted any players as of yet, really. But I mean, if we look at the players that have played the most games, it's going to be Donnarumma. Obviously, Donnarumma is an absolutely unreal keeper. Definitely one of the best in the game. So, arguably, I would like to keep him come this year and for many more years. Obviously, on the actual vanilla game, if you don't play Milan, they don't renew his contract, so you can get Donnarumma on a free. Not while I'm in charge. We're keeping Donnarumma in our side for the next few years, hopefully. But I'm not stupid in thinking that there's definitely going to be some big teams wanting to come for Donnarumma, just because he's definitely one of the best keepers in the world, as I said. So if we did go a bid for him, I'd probably say anywhere between, I'd probably sell him for about 60 or 70 million, if I'm honest. Something around that range would be absolutely fine. Just because that is a lot of money, and arguably you could probably get a better keeper in for that money as well. So we will have to see how Donnarumma gets on. Hopefully no one comes in for him. He's been brilliant for us this year. Only keeping 13 clean sheets though, so a little bit of an issue defensively, and maybe he has made a few mistakes this year as well, to be fair, with a 7.02 rating. So one of our better players this year. And then if we look at the next player that's played the most matches is Benaker. Once again, another player that I want to keep a hold of, because 23 years old, still very young, and definitely the best midfielder in the side by quite a long shot, if I'm honest. He hasn't had a bad season. Obviously, you'd want a little bit more from him just because of how good he is as a deep line playmaker. I would be expecting him to try and beat that assist record. Obviously, I want to improve my side significantly to be able to chance for the top 4 next year. And I feel like Ismail here is probably definitely going to be part of that side. Obviously, if a side does come in for him as a bid, it's a little bit different. But if we can build our side around Ismail here, I'd be pretty happy. Once again, pretty young. And then we have Tonali. Tonali's obviously leaving. He won't be renewing his loan. And then we have a Zlatan Pinabrimovic. I can't say it properly. I can only apologise. So it's a weird one for Zlatan, right? Because he is our top goal scorer. 14 goals in 33 games, which, from a striker, you'd probably be expecting a little bit more from someone that's playing up front. And when you consider how many of them have come through penalties, I can't actually tell how many of them have come through penalties, but I'm going to say a good 5 or 6 have come from penalties from his overall tally of 22 here. So I'd probably say he's on probably about 12 goals maybe if we take away the penalties. So Zlatan's one of them, is that he's on a massive wage. This is the issue. He's on 135k a week, which could be spent elsewhere, but to cancel his contract is going to be absolutely extortionate, and there's no one's going to want to come for Zlatan at 39 years old for 1.1 million. I'll probably try and sell Zlatan if I'm honest, but I don't think any sides are going to want to come for him. So I have a feeling Zlatan probably will be at the side next year, which if I can get rid of him, I will. Obviously, Zlatan's a legend of the game, but I feel like his time up at Milan's probably round about now, and I don't really think that he's going to be starting next year, because I'm going to be looking for a new striker. We'll go through that in terms of positions. We're looking for a little bit of an overhaul, squad-wise, for next year to really challenge for the top four and potentially the league if we're lucky enough. So a striker is definitely going to be on the agenda. Theo Hernandez, he's played 49 games, one of the best left backs in the game, right? You can't like deny that. He played 31 games this year. Once again, I'd like to keep this guy, but as you can see from the interest, Liverpool, City, PSG and Barcelona are all coveting Theo Hernandez's signature here. I'd love to keep him. I really, really good would. Once again, another player that we could build our side around, with the likes of Benacer and Donnarumma, some young guns. AC Milan got quite a young squad, so being able to keep their big players will be ideal. But I feel like Theo's probably going to kick up a little bit of a fuss if I reject them next year. There is probably going to be some big names that leaves. Obviously, I'd like to keep most of them, but realistically, it's probably going to be pretty difficult. William Carvalho, we won't go through all these, by the way. We're probably only going to go through up to probably maybe Rebic, something like that, and then the rest of these I'm probably going to be looking to sell other than the sort of the youth players. So William Carvalho, he came in with my idea for William here was for him to come in and be that rock in front of the defence, be that sort of like Kante role, that Fernandinho role, someone that just sits in front of the defence and just mops everything up. Realistically, it hasn't worked out for him. He's played 33 games with a 6.87 rating, which isn't great for someone that's played 33 games. So if I'm honest, I'm probably going to be looking to sell William if I'm completely honest with myself. Someone 29, he's coming towards the last stage of his career. I would like to sell him for a bit of money and maybe reinvest in the squad. But it all depends who actually wants to come in for him, because he's on, how much money is he on? 89 grand a week, which is a lot of money for a 29-year-old. So if we can get rid of William, that would be perfect. Simon Kazir, I think his contract is up, right? It's not. So Simon's actually 33 years old. 32 years old. Played 30 games for us. He's not going to be first team next year. Although he's a good player, and I'm sure he's probably one of the team leaders, right? Is he one of the team leaders? He's not, but he is in the highly influential players. He's not going to be someone that's going to be starting first team. So there, immediately, it's a striker and a centre-back that we're looking for. Striker and centre-back, two positions that we're primarily looking for coming into next year. And then Alessio Romagnoli, once again, another really good centre-back, someone relatively young in terms of football and age. I want to keep him. Another player who can build our side around. Really, really good player. Had a decent season as well with 2 goals. Only played 29 matches though, because I think he's injury prone. If I'm not mistaken, he's not. But I think he must have had a few injuries, right? Yeah, he had a torn calf muscle, and I think that might have already been in the game, to be fair. But Romagnoli did miss quite a few games. Hopefully he can come back fitter. He has had a few fitness issues throughout the year, not really getting up to speed 100% throughout the year. So hopefully coming into the second season, we can have him back. Now, for me, the next player we're going into is the biggest disappointment for me personally. It is Lucas Moura. Now, some of you might be surprised by that, just because he has contributed 6 goals, 2 assists. Well, 8 goals, 3 assists if you look at the bottom here. But for 34 million, I expected more. I'm going to be honest. I expected a lot more from Lucas. He just hasn't delivered. For someone that's played 29 games, he's got 2 assists, and he's been playing on I think it was the right-hand side. It would have been the right-hand side, yeah. He's just not performed the way I wanted to. Once again, I'm probably going to be looking to sell him at 28 years old as well. Probably only got 2 years out of him. 2 more years out of him. So someone we can potentially sell. So not happy with Lucas at all. And then David Calabria, 24 years old. Average season for David here. 3 assists, 6.85 rating, played 26 games. So probably looking for a right back as well and a right winger. So we've got quite a lot of players that we're looking for coming into next year, because we've got the likes of striker, right winger, centre back and right back straight away. So we're going to need a decent budget. But David Calabria, hopefully push him down to backup next year, because he'll definitely be a good backup. Prefer not to have him as first team. Hakan, once again, someone that hasn't impressed me this year. His attributes probably do him a little bit more of a service than what he deserves. He had 8 assists and 3 goals in 26, which on the grand scheme of things probably isn't terrible. The problem is that he's just been very inconsistent. I don't know if he is inconsistent as a player. He's not. But he hasn't been consistent enough for me. He hasn't really impacted the game the way I'd like it. That could be argued that perhaps I haven't maybe got the most out of him, which is fair enough. But once again, Hakan's someone that I could probably keep around, but if a big bid comes out for him, he is actually wanted, so we could potentially offer him out, but I'll do all that off screen so you don't have to go through the torture of bidding and contract negotiations. And then the final player we're going to focus on is Ante Rebic, 27 years old, striker by nature. Obviously, we played him at that left wing quite a lot. He scored 7 in 27 and no assists. Obviously, he had an absolute unreal showing for the Euro Cup. He actually scored 8 in 12 for the Euro Cup. I think he scored like a hat-trick in one of them as well. So, he had a good Euro Cup campaign. Serie A campaign, arguably not. Once again, the biggest issue for us, I think, this year, personally, has been our scoring. And would this back me up? Yeah, you can see immediately that our biggest issue is the scoring and conceding goals. Like, we're probably around average in terms of conceding, but goal scoring, if you look at the teams that are above us, we're going to have to add at least 15, 16 goals into our campaign next year if we're going to want to be challenging for them big boys at the top. And then defensively, we're going to need to improve as well. So, in terms of the board as well, before we move on to other divisions, I've actually accepted the next expectations. I apologise for that. But the board overall are obviously satisfied with my performance so far there. I've just got a normal C. They're not happy, they're not sad. We actually haven't got a budget yet, so we'll be waiting for that. I mean, do we have it here maybe? We're all going to set the current vision here. End of season team meeting, what are we going to say? What are we saying here? Okay, right, beautiful stuff. I've smashed it. I've bloody smashed it. So they're all coming back. And we're going to make no promises for the time being. And then, are we going to get a good budget? So Cristiano Ronaldo, top goal scorer, 40 goals and 38. Ridiculous. Zlatan, 17 seconds against Fiorentina. Serie A manager of the year. We're nowhere near it. Donnarumma's been named as Serie A Team of the Year. Milan win Fair Play Award. That's like getting second place in it. That's such a patronising award. Basically, we don't tackle people. That's, we just don't tackle. So, how many cards did we actually get? How many cards did we get? We only got 42 discipline points. I don't know what that means. Best goalkeeper, Szczesny. Steven de Vrij as the best defender. Aurelio Gomez is the best midfielder. And Ciro Immobile, obviously, is the best striker. Absolutely ridiculous striker. And yeah, that's how the league finishes, as I said before. So what we're going to do now, we're going to go to the other divisions and we'll have a quick look through how the likes of the Premier League in Spain have got on and stuff. So stick with me. So this is the Premier League. So straight away, City have won the title with Liverpool, Man United and Chelsea actually finishing the top 4. Tottenham, Arsenal missing out on Europe. And any other big teams there? Southampton, West Brom Palace getting themselves relegated. Burnley missing out on relegation. And Brighton got into the Euro Cup. They must have won They beat United in the final. Wow, right. So, Brighton are in the Euro Cup. I mean, bizarre. How strange would it have been if they got relegated and got into the Europe? That would have been strange. United bottling it against Brighton, the FA Cup final. Wow, that is going to be an interesting set of scenarios next year. Or Brighton could all the financial sort of advantages of being in Europe could help Brighton a lot here. They could be able to get a big budget. And then nothing really surprising. Lacazette getting top goal scorer. Timo Werner getting top second. Martial assists. Van der Beek, Sergio Berge from Sheffield United, Bernardo Silva, and then clean sheets, Mendy, Ederson, and De Gea all there as well. Mendy actually got the most clean sheets and assists from Van der Beek, So you could, I mean, Van der Beek with 16 assists, ridiculous amount of assists there for Van der Beek. I mean, United won the league, so what do you expect? Not United, sorry. Manchester City won the league. So Pep Guardiola bringing the league back to Manchester. And I know that Man City are a little bit weird on FM at the moment. They seem to have a pretty horrendous first season, at least in my current Fulham save. Manchester City actually are at like 20th in the league after like 7 games, and they've sacked Guardiola and Bielsa. So Manchester City seem to be a little bit strange. And then we'll go over to Spain. Actually, we'll go in the Championship quickly. I don't know enough about the Championship to talk about it, but Norwich coming back up, Bournemouth getting 100 points and also coming back up. Barnsley, Sheffield Wednesday and Wycombe all getting relegated. League One, Accrington and Peterborough getting themselves promoted. And then League Two, Salford getting themselves promoted as well. Three teams on 86 points. 4 teams on 86 points. Wow. Cambridge, the unlucky team that didn't get themselves promoted. Leyton Orient Southend getting themselves relegated. So now we will go to Spain. Obviously, if you want to be a little bit more in depth, feel free to pause and have a look. So in terms of Spain, Barcelona win the league. Madrid, both Madrid second and third, Bilbao fourth, and Elche, Huesa and Alves getting themselves relegated. Lionel Messi getting top goal scorer. Will he leave Barcelona as what is rumoured in real life at the end of this season? We'll have to wait and see. Maxi Gomez and Guardiola. Sergio Guardiola, is he the son of Pep? He's not. I thought he was. Messi having an absolutely unreal season with 20 goals, 8 assists. And then you got Maxi Gomez, Sergio has said. Assists are Coutinho, Takashi Uni from Eibar, apparently, 32 years old. Did Eibar get relegated? No, they didn't. They managed to survive getting in 13th. And David Silva returning to, obviously, Real San Sebastian and getting 8 assists. So not a lot of assists, to be fair, in the Liga. Obviously, Coutinho dominating by the looks of it. Should we have a quick look at Madrid? Did they buy Sergio Ramos, their key player? Obviously, Madrid are going to be interesting just because they have a lot of aging players. So, how are Madrid going to reinvest? Will they buy Mbappe? That's the question we're all asking ourselves. Then we will go to the Bundesliga. Shout out to Rayakan. FC Bayern winning the league as you'd expect. Werder Bremen, oh God, getting in the playoffs in 16th. Dortmund, Wolfsburg and Gladbach getting the top 4. Schalke, Leipzig and Mainz getting in Europe as well. Fabian Klos, Ambrolo and Pietik getting the top 3 goal scorers. And then assists is Mowold, Jadon Sancho and this guy, Maximilian Mittelstand, with 9 assists. And Haaland, how many goals Haaland scored? 14. So maybe a little bit disappointing for Haaland there. Not scoring more. So, yeah, overall, you'd expect... I mean, Bayern absolutely romped the league, by the way. 26 points. Wow, that is absolutely incredible from Bayern. Dortmund trying to catch... But they only lost 2 games as well against Frankfurt and Mainz. So, beating Dortmund both times, Bayern did, right? Yeah, and... yes, they lost both times. Wow. So, Bayern absolutely dominating the Bundesliga. Serie A, that's us. I'm a moron. France, PSG, I'm guessing. Yes, romp to the league as you'd expect. Neymar and Mbappe dominating the goal-scoring charts. Lille and Lyon getting second and third. Marseille, Monaco, and then Strasbourg and Nice and Dijon getting themselves potentially relegated, at least for Strasbourg anyway. So, fairly dominant display from PSG. Neymar being on the assists. Cafaro getting 13 assists as well. And this guy, Benjamin Andre, getting assists as well for Lille. And Mbappe is ridiculous season. 32 goals, 17 goals, 6 assists. Madness. Absolutely bloody madness. And Ben Yedder here, getting 16 goals as well. 30-year-old Ben Yedder. Someone potentially get in. You never know. You never bloody know. We'll have a quick look in Portugal. Once again, I haven't got it loaded. I'm a moron. So we see who won the Champions League. Let's have a look who won the Champions League. Oh, God's sake. Champions Cup. Bayern won it. Right? Wait, when's the game? What? When's the game here? Oh, no, right. It's the 29th, so we'll go to that in a second. We'll go to our end of season review first. Right. End of season review. Dun, 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 dun. Get some dramatic music. Let's see what they're saying. So, Lucas Moura, so not great from me, to be fair. The board are content from both of them. So, transfers out. They felt that Kessie should have stayed. We made a healthy profit, to be fair. He's only played 12 games overall. 22 games he's played. The season's results. Rossoneri suffered a disappointing campaign, finished shy of the pre-season expectations, thanks largely to a poor run of form around November. I mean, they're not wrong, are they? They're not bloody wrong. I mean, our season's not been great, has it? Let's be honest. We were only saved because of all them wins towards the end of the year. The board are disappointed. The team only qualified for the Euro Cup through their participation in the Serie A this season. The underachievement is compounded by the fact that we look like qualifying the Euro Cup early in the campaign. Oh, God. Oh, that's not great, is it? The board are so mad, it's ridiculous. Oh, no. The board are pleased the Euro Cup, Italian Cup. We got knocked out by Juventus, so can't really complain. Match to remember, beating Verona 4-0. Biggest win was 6-0. Rebic with 5 goals. So they're the 5 goals I talked about before as to why he's got 8 goals in the Euro Cup. And the goal of the season was Benacer. Obviously been fantastic this year. The finances. So we made a lot of money. Our club reputation's really, really good. So we should be able to get some good names in. Obviously, I don't know too much about finances. So if you know more about it, tell me if it's good or bad. And then this is how we primarily lined up. Only 4 players getting above a 7, which is a little bit of a concern. We need to improve our attacking instincts quite significantly, I feel like, for next year. And then manager awards. Oh, did I get an award? Oh, boys. Did I get... Oh, yes. I didn't get... What? Such a feat. Your hard work and effort paid off on the pitch, and such a feat didn't go unrewarded at the end of season award ceremony. I didn't get an award. What are you on about? Fans player of the season, Theo. Young player of the season, Theo. Signed the season, Lucas Moura. Really? Wow. Goal of the season, top goal scorer. So all the things we've already seen. Record breakers. It sounds like FIFA, doesn't it? Record breaker. Not so underdramatic. It was ridiculous. And let's finish that off. Perfect. Right. Is the Europa Cup been sorted yet? Seville. So it's Arsenal versus Porto. So can Arsenal get themselves a trophy? Maybe. Please tell me Arsenal finished out the top 4. Oh, imagine. Bloody Thomas Partey's their key player, apparently. I mean, he's not a bad player, is he? But what we'll do, we'll go over to the Champions League and Euro Cup, and we'll see who won it. Right then. Are you ready? Shall we see who are the European champions of the world? And it is Liverpool. As a Liverpool fan, I absolutely love that. With a 3-0 dominant victory against Bayern. Wow. Bayern could have retained it for another year. Mo Salah, Mane and Keita getting themselves on the score sheet. So Klopp bringing back... They bought Isaac. I mean, bizarre. Klopp... Getting the Champions League again for the Liverpool fans. You'd love to see it. They brought Thiago Almada as well for 3.3 million. Not obviously a little bit of a wonder kid on Football Manager. And then we have the Euro Cup. Who has won the Euro Cup? It's Arsenal. So 2 English teams getting the Champions League and the Euro Cup. Once again, you love to see it. Arsenal winning on penalties as well. Any dramatics in this game? So Porto took the lead. William missed a penalty, own goal by Sansuli, and then Lacazette scored, and then Avallison scored in the 75th minute to get the back on level terms, and thankfully Arsenal through... Nicolas Pepe actually missed his penalty. Thankfully Arsenal were able to score the rest. Aubameyang's not bad, apparently. But yeah, I'm trying to think what else there is to show. Obviously, if there's any... This will be out on the Friday, so the Friday will be the 27th of October. So if there is any players or teams you want me to show for the next episode, feel free to put it in the comments. Obviously, I'll have a full weekend to do the entire of the summer for the summer throughout the weekend, so I'll be able to put a lot of time into it and think about who I want to get. But I think that's everything, right? As I said, I do apologise that this isn't a normal episode. I thought doing this in one would add a little bit more sort of little bit, I don't know, I did this in one basically. You'll see a few edits here and there, but I didn't really see the point of putting loads of edits and stuff, because obviously we're just reviewing the season, just like we all all of us just reviewing the season basically. But I think that's everything, right? I think there's nothing more. I mean, we'll have a look at who looked at the Ballon d'Or. I spelled that completely wrong. Oh god. Best player. It's under best player, right? I'm pretty sure. Best player in Europe. So Lewandowski finally getting himself what's the word? A Ballon d'Or. You love to see it. European Golden Boy, Phil Foden. Golden Shoe, Immobile, Lewandowski and Ronaldo. So Ronaldo and Messi didn't get themselves... Oh, God, where have we gone here? Didn't get themselves a Ballon d'Or, so it was obviously broke by Van Dijk. And then Robert Lewandowski getting it. Finally, you'd probably say deserved as well, right? So I think this is the Ballon d'Or, right? This is the Ballon d'Or. I'm pretty sure it is. Yeah, I think that's the Ballon d'Or. So yeah, that is going to bring us to the end of the episode. Obviously, as I said, feel free to let me know any certain clubs, anything you want me to show at the start of next year. I'll be more than happy to do so. But yeah, first season in Milan is over. Hopefully you've enjoyed it. First of many. I certainly hope so. And hopefully we'll get the Champions League in there as well before the main YouTube save starts at the start of the new year. But yeah, thank you all so much for watching, ladies and gentlemen. Make sure you follow me on Twitter, Twitch, if you want to catch me live on there as well. And have a lovely afternoon, morning or evening, wherever you are in the world. Stay safe and I'll see you in episode 11. Goodbye.